All right, 1995 BMW. I just tore this transmission down, and I want to show you guys what I found. It's a 4L30E. The problem with this was had no third. When third gear hit, it ran away, spinned up like in neutral, nothing there. And I want to get a little closer, but I found the top part of this drum here, the direct drum, or the third drum, it just blew right off. Really never seen that before. So let me just get a little closer, and I'll kind of show you what I found. I want to show you the pan. I want to talk about the Shift Solenoids here. They look the same, but they're actually completely different. Show you the band. Yeah, just a couple of things. All right, so to get to the problem with this 4L30E, no third. As you can see, the drum is busted up. Okay, in fact, the whole top of the drum blew off. I've really never had this before. You know, it's pretty common for the clutches to burn up. Here also is the spray. There's really nothing left of this. We got some pieces of brass here from the cap, the end cap of the spray. All right, here are the clutches. They're all going to have to be changed. These things are all shot, burned up. But I really have never seen this before. We took the pan down to see what was going on. This is what we found in the pan. So we know something was going on, so we just basically put the thing back up and said, this thing's got to come out, be open to see what's going on. What else we got here? Here's the band. Band I always like to change. You can see the drum is, you know, smoke. The band's a little smoke, so we're going to change that. You know, typical banner kit, band, filter. The pump bushing. I think I might have mentioned this on the other 4L30E video that I tore down. I did the tear down on. You know, I go with the Sonics bushing. Okay, you got to press it below the little recess right here. But if you use your typical pump bushing that it calls for, and I believe it's the same, maybe it's like a turbo hydromatic 350, you will have a chance of it leaking out of the front. It actually happened to me. We did, I think it was one of the little BMWs, like a Z3, and the guy comes here for all his service, so we did the transmission, it worked good, and then he brought it in, I don't know, maybe for like an oil change or something like that, and all of a sudden, while the car is up in the air, I'm seeing drips coming down from the front. And sure enough, that's the one that I had put a regular bushing in, so I had to take it back out. I went with the Sonics bushing, and that fixed it. So anytime you do one of these, it is an oversized bushing, so you got to get some sandpaper or a hone and hone it out and keep trying it on the converter until it fits. You know, you don't want it too tight of a fit because the bushing may, you know, walk out on it. Okay, also on the overdrive section of the valve body of the unit, we have the 3/4 accumulator. And like that is this. I like to take this out. I usually ruin this cover taking it out, but you know, a new one comes in the overhaul kit. I like to change this O-ring here. That is the 3/4 accumulator. Okay, here's the other section. You know, this is going to have to be changed here. This is rides here, like that. We got a couple of we got a thick washer here, and then this one here. And then you have this washer that goes here, and then that goes on. So, really never seen this top piece blow up like that before. So I just wanted to, you know, show you guys and film this. Also on the common issue, also on the 4L30Es, is the drum likes to crack. The second drum, which cracks around the weld area here. So I like to put some oil here, blow some air from the inside, and make sure there's no leaks. Okay, with the valve body, we have the two shift solenoids. I actually have two of them here. All right. Now these shift solenoids can really only go in one way. There's little tabs that fit in the center. There's the two solenoids, and there's like a little recess here in the center where these little tabs go. All right, right there. So they sit kind of like right next to each other. So that's how the solenoids would go in. You know, these tabs, you know, they're easily bent, and you can swap the solenoids by accident. So you want to be careful with that. These solenoids, again, are completely opposite. One is normally open and one is normally closed. This one here is the 1, 2, and 3, 4 shift solenoid, and this is the 2, 3 shift solenoid. And if you happen to swap these things, what will happen, you'll get a second gear start, it'll downshift to first, then it'll shift to fourth and downshift to third if you happen to swap the solenoids. So be careful with these tabs, you know, make sure they are not bent and they go in correctly. All right, the pump here, this is a 95, and you know, in around 2000 they changed the hydraulics of this trans, but I like to take the valves out and clean this whole thing up good, as well as this accumulator here. There's a light spring in here that'll come right out. All right, let's get this small section of the valve body. You got your EPC solenoid, lockup solenoid. There is a screen in here, which I believe is the actuator feed limit screen. Keep the crap out of the solenoids. Here is the harness. This is a one-piece harness. And it has the, you know, this is what holds it in. This little nut here is what holds it against the case. And there also is an O-ring in here so it doesn't leak once the harness is tight. But I guess that's about it. Just wanted to show you this thing here real quick. I really have never seen this top of this drum blow off before. So I got to see what's going to happen here. I got to clean this up and see exactly what I'm going to need other than the drum. Because this ring gate here is all full of, you know, crap from the drum going bad. It's all embedded, so I want to just look at that real close. See if I can either clean it or if I got to change it. This got scraped up here, but the gears look okay, so I'm thinking maybe I can clean this up real good. But again, I got to look at it. I got to make sure my marking tabs are there because, you know, the only way this can go in is if you line up all the marking tabs. All right, I guess that is about it with this 95 BMW 525i to 4L30E, no third gear. Top of the drum completely blew out. Here's the spring. What's left of it? Not much. But all that's going to be changed. All right, so I thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next one.